Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in this series between Lucifer and Focus. So far, well, I don't want to spoil game 1 for you guys, so let's go ahead and just take a look at what's happening here. Here in game 2, Focus has spawned as the teal orc player on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the top left, we do have Lucifer spawning as the gray undead. Undead versus orc in this matchup, and I got to apologize, I am feeling a bit tired already. Just because of jet lag and all sorts of things, as we are now already getting underway. This is going to be an undead versus orc matchup. Most likely we'll end up seeing Death Knight versus a Blade Master, but we'll see how all of this does unfold. We are looking at a graveyard coming in, a crypt coming in. So we should be seeing the Death Knight popping out. We should start a graveyard relatively quickly. We may see this one tree get taken down, and then adding the graveyard right in this position. Perhaps adding a ziggurat right here. Are we going to be looking at that right there? Or no, it's going to be the Tomb of Relics, making sure that that Blade Master has a difficult time trying to run in and harass. Always very important you're building locations, especially when dealing with a Blade Master, as the Blade Master is very, very capable at doing a lot of harassment. That peon now walking across the map there is going to make its way out across the map in just a moment, as the Acolyte down over here is going to be pushing itself. The two workers are going to pass each other, and this Acolyte, is it going to try and take down a sheep? I thought it would have taken down a sheep right over here. There's that sheep, and we'll see if the Acolyte realizes there is a sheep there. No, decides not to, and is heading straight over for this orange creep camp. This orange creep camp, I believe, is a 5-3-1 creep camp or a 5-3-3 creep camp. Trying to remember all of these maps here. This is Ancient Isle. And now we are going to be seeing that Death Knight pop on out. Meanwhile, that Blade Master is already out on the field going after the Acolyte. And that Acolyte is going to end up giving additional experience. No, deciding not to, as the Acolyte now wanders back over once more. All right, here we go. There is that 5-3-3 creep camp right there. That Blade Master going after this Ogre Magi. There's the Ensnare, and that's going to be some very, very easy experience, as the Death Knight still going to take a little bit of time to get in here. Without that Death Knight to steal with that Death Quality, that Blade Master is easily going to get that Claws of Attack +6. Very, very strong item, as that Acolyte down to 45 hit points may get taken down. One more blow. There it goes. That Blade Master only needs to finish off this creep camp pretty quickly. All right, that Grunt taking a bit of damage, down to 359 hit points already. Gonna regenerate some hit points, and once the Grunt is right there, that Death Knight is gonna be unable to chase after it, as the Grunt purposely positioning itself so that the Death Knight is unable to continue charging on in. We should be seeing perhaps that healing salve come in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Blade Master, already walking across the field, has sold the Scroll of Town Portal. It does have double healing salves, and perhaps will be picking up a Circlet of Nobility in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Death Knight is waiting for that graveyard to... No, not going for the graveyard, actually going into Halls of the Dead. The graveyard is already done, but we don't see any Crypt Fiends being trained, so that is a rather fast tech to tier 2. The Death Knight now trying to make its way over, does get the Death Coil off onto that unit there, and now also deals a little bit of damage to that Blade Master. The Blade Master unable to heal any longer, but pretty much already back up to full hit points, as the Death Knight now needs to be a little bit careful, sitting somewhere around 280 hit points. Blade Master quickly comes over, picks up a Boots of Speed, will be able to walk extremely fast now, as the Death Knight now wandering all the way back home. You can see skeletal minions making their way into here. You can see a lot of just spears being thrown, as the gold mine still being mined down over here on the bottom right. It looks as though the Blade Master are going to be going for the Ogre Magi on the top left-hand side of the map as well. If he gets another Claws of Attack +6, that would be two very strong items for Focus, giving him a tremendous advantage. You can see that Blade Master going toe-to-toe against that Ogre Magi, and is it going to drop any good item? It is going to be a Ring of Protection +2, not altogether that useful, as he's going to run away, and now healing salve back up, sitting at level 2 already. The Ogre's not going to be able to chase all that much. Meanwhile, Skeletal Minions going after the Null Poachers here. Skeletal Minions, or Skeletal Warrior, going toe-to-toe. It looks as though the damage will be dealt, as the Crypt Fiend now makes its way over, sees that the item has already been cleared out, picks up a 2 skeletal minions now, and now focusing on the Ogre Warrior here. Meanwhile, back over here, not quite sure what that ping was there. Blade Master may go after the Forest Troll Warlord. There is a couple of, however, Murloc Nightcrawlers that were shadow melded, and as soon as those pop out, poison damage will be bountiful. So far, that Warlord gonna get focused down rather quickly. Healthstone left behind. There is a little bit more damage being dealt as the Blade Master is going to regenerate more hit points. There's that healing salve again, and that Healthstone, very, very effective, acting as not only a potion of healing, but an additional one hit point per second regeneration. All right, Blade Master, I believe, is currently revealed. Did he pick up the item? No, the Death Knight was able to pick up that item right there. I believe, yes, the Healthstone was used, and now that Death Knight is taking a bit of damage. Is he going to be able to get away? Yes, he will. I do not think it was wise for Focus to use that Healthstone that early when he had such a low hit point Blade Master. He should not have tried to do that harassment there. It did not pay off for him. And now he finds himself in a rather strange situation where he's not as ahead as he could be. He didn't pick up the item. And by not picking up the item or picking up that extra experience and being forced to use that Healthstone, he pretty much lost that advantage of trying to steal his opponent's red creep camp. You can see level 2 on that Death Knight. And now it's just going to finish off more gnolls there. Death Knight perhaps going to use another charge there. As you can see, damage coming in. All right, that Death Knight trying to get away. It looks as though the Blade Master is going to just chase on after once more. That Death Knight back on Blight again, regenerating a lot of hit points. Picks up a potion of healing and also picks up that Dust of Appearance again, just in case the Blade Master does try to come back in for a little bit more harassment. Shadow Hunter is now out. Grunts are out as well. This is the opportunity for the Shadow Hunter to try and creep while the Blade Master is away. There's a quick Hex. No, it looks as though the Blade Master going to be joining in on this, perhaps trying to get to level 3 first, allowing a faster wind walk and better harassment. You can see that Gnoll Overseer about to get taken down. Is it going to give level 3 on that Blade Master? I do believe so. There it is. Picks up a Gloves of Haste. And now, what is that Blade Master going to be doing? That is going to be important to keep track of. Death Knight sitting at level 2. Going to try to creep out more creep camps. Realizes that there is nothing off over here. And now going after the Goblin Merchant Shop. As you can see, that Gnoll Overseer going to get focused down rather quickly. There it goes. And now picking up the Sentry Ward. Now making sure that there is no Blade Masters there. Blade Master now wandering around, notices that the opponent is not there at all. You can see level 3 on the Death Knight. The Blade Master is going to walk by the Sentry Ward in just a moment, and there it is, going after. And are we going to get the Frost Armor? Yes, we will. That Blade Master taking more damage than he would like to admit, and now wanders away again. Lich now coming back over here, purposely fighting next to the Sentry Ward as long as possible. The Blade Master is once again there, and we are going to see a little bit of damage now being dealt to that one Blade Master. The Blade Master, Gnoll Overseer down to 210 hit points. Is it going to get focused down by the Blade Master? Yes, it will. And oh, there's the Death Coil. I believe the Blade Master didn't get the experience. Yes, the Death Knight got it. And Lucifer doing a great job minimizing the harassment potential, saving the Death Coil to take down that very low hit point unit there. That Gnoll Overseer level 5, very important, as the Blade Master now once again wanders back over. There is still a Sentry Ward to be placed down. No Dust of Appearance, and there is that Sentry Ward there, as the Blade Master now has to be a little bit careful. There is the Ensnare. Let's see, one Murloc is going to get taken down very easily. You can see damage being dealt back. The Force Trolls actually breaking the healing salve, and Lucifer getting perhaps a bit lucky in that engagement now, as the Crypt Fiend and the Forest Trolls exchanging piercing damage. Blade Master getting healed back up. Healing salve charge from that Shadow Hunter, as we're looking at Focus trying to creep out this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp. It may end up working out for him that the Murloc Nightcrawlers were already cleared out. So far, back over here, Lucifer waiting for the right opportunity to push forward. You can see the Sentry Ward doing a great job keeping track of Focus. Focus unable to creep out this red creep camp, as there is not quite sure how he revealed that, but knowing that his opponent was right there, now decides to push on in. The Forest Troll Warlord will get taken down, and the Blade Master will get another very strong item, Wand of the Wind, Cyclone, to pick up his opponent's units and try to neutralize them. All right, you can see now Lucifer does have 2 obsidian statues down. You can see Sentry or the illusion quickly revealed right there. We are going for web. We do not have destroyer form yet, as we are not yet at Black Citadel. So only 2 obsidian statues. We may be going into a 3rd or 4th one once we are up to tier 3 with that destroyer form now being completed. Another illusion now making its way off to the north here, as both sides just trying to play rather conservatively. Blade Master going to come in, take down this skeletal minion, giving the experience, I believe, to the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter getting very, very close to level 3 now, as we're going to be seeing an engagement. The Raiders now trying to come in with an ensnare. There goes the ensnare onto the Lich. However, that's going to stop the army. There's another ensnare there, and the ensnare on the Crypt Fiend does last a bit longer, freezing Lucifer's army. Focus now looking to perhaps creep out more creep camps, but unable to do so. Blade Master is now hanging off over here. I don't believe... Oh, there's another Windwalk strike there, and bonus 70 damage. And what is happening now as the Kodo Beast and Shadow Hunters try to finish creeping out this creep camp? This will give level 3 to the Shadow Hunter, giving level 2 healing wave, making that Blade Master that much more deadly, as we now see Lucifer go into the Pit Lord. Pit Lord, very, very effective with that rain of fire. And rounding it out, not quite sure why we didn't see the Dark Ranger like we saw in the previous games. Also, I believe Soulburn would have worked as well if you had the Fire Lord, preventing that Blade Master from trying to do any Windwalk. The only downside is that that Fire Lord does tend to get focused down rather quickly, and with no Death Coil to heal it, it does tend to go or make things go from bad to worse rather quickly. All right, Blade Master going after the Death Knight. Death Knight gets purged by the Lightning Orb, so no more Frost Armor, a recast there. And now we're looking at a Dust of Appearance, Death Knight, and both sides still fighting. Scroll of Town Portal, there's a healing wave, and both sides engaging there. Focus losing a grunt. Not quite sure what's happening there, as the Focus did end up losing a grunt there, but a Scroll of Town Portal was burned as well. And the Blade Master gets away after getting healed back up and using a potion of invulnerability. So far, the Null Warden needs to focus down this Red Drake on the top right-hand side, but we may have a bit of a creepjack here. Lucifer charging in with that Pit Lord. Lightning Orb, or sorry, not Lightning Orb, Orb of Corruption onto that Lich, as that Lich will give -5 armor debuff. You can see that Shadow Hunter, normally with 6 armor, now down to 1. You can see Howl of Terror there, really reducing the amount of damage that all these grunts are doing. You can see actually it's a -1 damage, as opposed to the Kodos with that plus damage rating. So far, the Pit Lord now continuing that fight there. Howl of Terror lasting for quite a while. Pit Lord may actually now have Cleave, doing extra damage once again, as you can see the Kodo Beast trying to survive. There's the Wand of the Wind picking up Lucifer's units, and Lucifer just getting picked up and dropped down. Lich now sitting at level 3. Blade Master still trying to focus down more units here. Another Howl of Terror. No Howl of Terror anymore, as you can see that unit is now down. There's the Howl of Terror. The Blade Master now actually getting a little bit debuffed there. Death Knight now sitting at level 4. It's going to have level 1 Unholy Aura still. Perhaps it is going to go into Death Pact at level 2 or level 1 there, as the Death Knight still wandering around. Let's take a look. Is it level... Yes, level 1 Unholy Aura still. Blade Master still continuing that little bit of a chase there, trying to focus down more units. It looks as though it's going to pick up some very low hit point units. Crypt Fiend trying to go after the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter is now trapped. Shadow Hunter has nowhere to go. It goes down, and Focus losing that Shadow Hunter, and that Blade Master losing his partner in arms. So far, the Blade Master now trying to focus down a little bit more units here. You can see that Focus did pick up a couple of mercenaries in this engagement as well. There's another Howl of Terror, as another grunt does get taken down. The Blade Master needs to figure out where it's going, perhaps chasing down a unit. No lucky purge at all, as it is now going to be going after that Death Knight. The Death Knight rather low on hit points, or actually not that bad of a situation. This grunt, though, down to 9 hit points. Is it going to be able to get away? It looks like there's the purge on the Pit Lord. The Pit Lord is in a bit of trouble. Are we going to see some pathing? And yes, the Death Coil, however, saves it, and the Raider ensnare not in time. Grunt gets taken down after a very, very long run there, as the Pit Lord may try to hire up a goblin Zeppelin. There's the ensnare now on the Obsidian statue on both sides. Oh, Destroyer form now, as the Destroyer now gets purged in the air. Both sides still fighting. Is the Blade Master going to take down that Destroyer? The Destroyer now down to 39 hit points, as the Ogre now taken down as well. Both sides losing a lot of units. This Destroyer very lucky was able to devour some magic, and with that devour magic, I believe, or it could have been absorb mana, that devour magic generated just enough hit points for him to survive. Both sides losing a lot more than they bargained for in that fight. 38/60 supply compared to 39/60. Both players pretty much getting reset, and now they are going to rinse off and repeat once more. Blade Master now heading out with a couple of raiders, perhaps going to try to take down this orange creep camp here. That's the last major creep camp left on the map. It would give level 5 to that Blade Master, who's not very far at all. Are we going to see perhaps the Clarity Potion used again? Yes, we should be seeing that, and then picking up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. These are some very strong items on that Blade Master, I must admit, as we now see some long distance mining coming in from Focus. Focus knows that there's about 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left in terms of the mining here. You can see the Lich is now back out. It is going to be 3 heroes to 2. As we are now looking at the Spirit Walker joining in. Are we going to perhaps see some ensnare? There's the Purge onto the Raider, as the Raider now trying to get away. And there it goes. There is the engagement now. Null Brute taking a bit of damage. There it goes. Tomo, strength +2. Getting in even more hit points. Level 5 now on the Blade Master, as the Red Drake getting ensnared down. Is the Blade Master going to back off in time? It should try to back off to give more experience to that Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter gets some of it, not all, as there is also a Robe of Magi onto the Shadow Hunter, giving him a lot more mana. Meanwhile, Lucifer now joins in on the fight, sees that that creep camp has pretty much been cleared out. The Destroyer sees that it is emptied, and now every creep camp on the map, save for one low-level green creep camp, has been taken out. We do still see some long-distance mining here. Not quite sure why Focus hasn't set up nope, that's why he hasn't set up an expansion. Not enough gold, trying to just gather as much gold, even though it is a bit of long-distance mining there. Alright, let's come back around. You can see that the Raiders are now all regathering here. We are going into more units. We are going into the Berserker upgrades and going into Troll Headhunters. Headhunters, I believe that will be a Troll. Yeah, a Troll Headhunter there. It will be a Berserker in just a moment, coming out, dealing more damage. And Berserkers are very, very effective at dealing with those Destroyers, and also trying to focus down and going toe-to-toe with those Crypt Fiends. However, has to be very, very careful. Those Crypt Fiends do a little bit more damage per attack, but attack, I believe, slower. And with that very, very slow attack rate, they are able to stutter or focus fire move just a bit more than those Headhunters. All right, you can see that these peons here all getting cleaned up, and that's going to be a little bit of an unfortunate situation. The Blade Master has not been able to engage anywhere, and this is just freeing up a lot of supply, though. Taking a look down over here, Headhunter 45/60. We are not setting up an expansion just quite yet, as the Blade Master is currently in the mix with the rest of the army here, keeping track, keeping tabs on them, and with that +11 attack and that Lightning Orb should be able to slow things up a bit. Alright, the last green creep camp now getting cleared out. Not going to give additional levels to anyone on the board pretty much, as the Blade Master does windwalk in and now back off here. Okay, let's see what is happening. What is happening next? Raiders look all setting up for the next fight. You can see that the Obsidian statue does have that frost armor. Blade Master is in striking position. 70-point windwalk break here. Are we gonna see this next fight come into play? Are we gonna see any real engagement? There's a Frost Nova not really hitting anything, and now this one poor Raider takes the brunt of the focus fire, as both sides are now fighting. There's a healing wave. There goes a Headhunter, as the Destroyer quickly gets taken down. There's a Howl of Terror, pretty much neutralizing many of the units already. Howl of Terror level 1, and I believe this is the Cleave is just focusing on a lot of the units here. You can see that damage, that splash damage. Kodo Beast also chomping on a couple of Crypt Fiends, really taking down much of the DPS of the rest of the army, and Focus should be in a good situation here if he can keep and take down the Destroyers as well. The Destroyers, both of them have now gone down. No, one of them has gone down. A second one finally goes down now, as the Howl of Terror still causing problems. All right, there goes the Crypt Fiend. Lucifer now I'm starting to be in a bit of trouble, though. You can see the rest of the units are in play. The Raiders do not do well against the Crypt Fiends, as now there is the ensnare there. So far, it looks as though Focus going to finish off another unit here. There's a 236 hit point critical strike. Beautifully done. And now just picking off units as they are all retreating. This is not looking good. There's another Howl of Terror. That's plenty of units. It is triple heroes versus a whole bunch of units on the field. However, the Blade Master, Lucifer, is in trouble there. Is going to be able to get away. Yes, the Death Knight now down to 194, and there goes down the poor Shadow Hunter. However, it is also going to equal to a level 4 Lich getting taken down as well. Death Knight, the important hero, does survive, and you can see that the Blade Master is purposely hiding very close to this Nerubian tower, and the Blade Master may try to push on in. This is going to be rather dangerous for him. You can see the Death Knight is still right there. Is he going to buy a potion of healing? He should be. If he doesn't, there is the potion of mana, and now here's the engagement. All right, Blade Master coming in. There's the Dust of Appearance. The Blade Master is not going to be able to get away easily at all, and the Blade Master runs away at 200 or 300 some odd hit points, needs to use the healing salve and heal back up. So far, Lucifer is in a little bit of a dangerous situation. Low hit points on the Death Knight means that he cannot make his way out. Fortunately for him, though, there is nothing that the Blade Master can really do outside of trying to set up an expansion, which may actually be a bit suicidal right now. 10 more seconds on the gold mine. The haunted gold mine over here on the top left is going to be mined out as well. A little bit of long distance mining for Focus did give him a bit of extra gold, but is it going to translate to actual victory? You can see one raider off over here making sure that none of the gold mines have been haunted, and there you have it. Both sides, their gold mines have been destroyed. This is going to be unhaunted as well, giving back a bit of the key gold. You can see another obsidian statue being added, and Lucifer unsummoning the graveyard as well, getting in that last extra bit of gold. Is he going to perhaps even try to unsummon another Ziggurat for an extra unit? That is going to be very crucial. 46 over 60. He does have a bit extra. You can see a pocket town hall here, and this is where Focus wants this game to go long. If the game does go long, he is going to be getting an extra 600 gold a minute. And an extra 600 gold a minute right now does translate to a lot of units, an extra grunt being taken down, and Lucifer pretty much doing an all-in strategy here. He is now unsummoning the slaughterhouse. He's going to be trying to pick up items from the shop instead. Potion of mana was purchased earlier. There goes the crypt as well, and now we are at 46 over 60. Not quite sure why he didn't unsummon a Ziggurat, which would have made a lot of sense. There's not that many buildings left. The Blade Master now running around here, and Lucifer, with this all-in attempt, may actually catch Focus off guard, as Lucifer has a good amount of items. I believe he has a good amount of items. There is the fight there. You can see that Pit Lord doesn't have many items at all. Death Knight now very low on hit points, now needs to back off here. There is the... What's going on? Blade Master now tries to come back in. Is the Blade Master going to catch up to that Death Knight? The Death Knight now trying to wander around. You can see that it is not revealed. There's the healing wave, and the Blade Master now comes in. The Death Knight, there's the Death Coil, and what is going on here? That Blade Master chasing after that Death Knight. The Death Knight very low on hit points, does run in there, gets taken down, and now the Blade Master down to 110 hit points as he's trying to get away. The rest of the army, though, is back over here fighting, and the rest of the units have fallen. So somehow trading a level 5 Death Knight for the rest of the army. You can see there's low hit point units here, and now the Crypt Fiend is now making their way over. Pit Lord is coming over as well. You can see that there is a gold mine here, the Lich trying to stay alive, and this is not going to be good news for Lucifer. Lucifer needs that Death Knight desperately in order to really make anything happen. The ghouls are all off over here as well. You can see peons are going to be falling, and what is happening here as the raiders are all still wandering around. Blade Master may try to come back in. The Blade Master is low on mana, and what is going to be coming down in this engagement? There is the engagement onto that unit there. The Lich has to be extremely careful. Now backing away, just trying to pull himself back into a corner, and now he is in a little bit of a dangerous situation. Lich now going to get taken down. There it goes. Lich has been taken down. Blade Master seen at level 6. What is happening over here? The Blade Master could only focus down on the Crypt Fiend. The Crypt Fiend now, no, the Destroyer now up in the air. The Destroyer looks like it's going to get taken down. There goes the Destroyer. No, I believe there's a Devour Magic still alive for just a little bit, and there is the GG. Focus takes game 2 as well. And that is the end of the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.